The curse of no jumper is upon me. Clearly, I have been late, and I have to make a promise to you to never be late again. It's disrespectful, it's inconsiderate, and no matter what I was doing, even if it was having sex on Father's Day, there is no reason for me to be as late as I was today. I apologize. Please forgive me. I will do my best to make sure that it never happens again. See, this is why I need to be at the studio and not at home, because there are way too many distractions at home, guys. Do not ever do anything at home related to work, especially if you have children, especially if you have people living at your house, if you're married, etc. Do not do it at home because you will be distracted. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for coming to another episode of Defiant with Brandon Tucker. Now, I have been over at No Jumper. Great experience. Really nothing bad to say about the place except for one little tiny nagging thing that is kind of like a little mosquito that bzzz at the back of your neck. I've come to the realization that at No Jumper, I am surrounded by not only ignorant gangbangers, right? Shout out to them, but also radical liberals, poorly informed radical liberals. And when I say ignorant, poorly informed radical liberals, I am specifically talking about the entire not my boy Donnie. Let me move him. Donnie, that's my dog. Let me move him to the right. He's on the right. He cool. Everyone else, including Adam and Lush One, ignorant, poorly informed radical liberals. That's exactly what they are. And not only are they poorly informed or misinformed altogether, they are willing to argue with you while I believe knowing that they have done little, if any, research about the topic. Give me a 1 in the comments if you can hear me okay, because the sound comes through my headphones a little bit funny, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's coming through funny to you. Guys, before we get going, listen to me. Today's Father's Day. And I wasn't even supposed to do a live stream, but my Father's Day plans got pushed back a little bit. Pause. What I'm asking of the people watching this, let's do a Father's Day contribution drive, because there's a place I really want to go to, but I just don't. Have you ever had that situation where you have a hard time just doing things for yourself, justifying doing it? I guess it's a part of being a parent, being a father. So what I'm gonna do, I really want to go to this place. Can't justifiably just spend the money to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use you guys as my excuse. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to help me justify going to have this extravagant Father's Day dinner. So I'm going to put my Cash App in here. And if you want to, contribute to the Father's Day dinner Cash App drive, feel free if you feel inclined to do so. If not, just bless us by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. So I'm putting my Cash App right here. Bam. Help a brother out. The HBO special. I got that from my boy Poor Man's Podcast. So we're going to throw that up there. So if you normally contribute through like Super Chat, that's fine. But if you have the ability to contribute through Cash App or PayPal, that would be greatly appreciated. Then I'll use your money to go take myself on an extravagant dinner tonight. And I'll tell you all about it. I don't know. It just seems like the right way. So all you socialists, you Marxists, all the people who want the government to pay for everybody, I'm going to give you a chance to live up to what you claim to be. I'm going to give you the opportunity to take the first step towards socialism by contributing to my Father's Day dinner drive. So we've been arguing a little bit at No Jumper. And as much as they don't like to make it about politics, I really don't know why, but I have a tendency to kind of always drag things into the political sphere, because I am one of those people who believe that I don't really know you unless I know your politics. A lot of people say it doesn't matter. A lot of people say, oh man, you shouldn't discuss religion or politics. I am not one of those people. I believe that if you can't openly profess or admit to what you believe politically, or even as far as religion, I just don't think I can trust you in any real way. I believe that you're dishonest. I believe that you're deceptive. And I believe that you're someone who will do something really, really bad under the guise of good intentions, and then hide the fact that you did that later on, because it turns out to be something super unpopular. So we had what I would call the best live stream in the history of No Jumper News. We had 607 Unc. We had my boy Aunt Hefe. We had my boy Munchie B. We had Adam in the house. I mean, we had Lush in the house. It was a star-studded No Jumper News segment. And it definitely went up. Oh, it was the No Jumper Show, not No Jumper News, the No Jumper Show. And it definitely went up. And we got on the topic of whether or not there is a such thing as a crisis actor, right? And you have Adam and Lush swearing to me, oh, there's no such thing as a crisis actor. Adam, I watched the New York Times. I listened to the New York Times podcast. Super liberal media outlet. Why anyone would reference the New York Times if they did not want to be considered an absolute liberal shill, radical liberal, I do not know. But they were adamant about this idea that there's no such thing as a crisis actor. And I probably should have looked this up before, but we are where we are. I'm just going to find the point where Adam pulls out his phone, because that's what he always does. He always tries to like Google things in real time. And he believes, that is a legitimate form of research, not realizing that simply the way you type something in could cause you to get an answer that is not accurate, right? So they argue with me, there's no such thing as crisis actors. There's no such thing as crisis actors. And I'm really trying to give you guys that segment. So let me see.
If the man said he ain't telling shit, that's for one.
We're not a fucking crisis actor. That does not make any fucking sense.
Wow.
Actually, no, it's not. No, I'm not being disrespectful.
Wow.
I was stalling.
Something in it. If it's smooth, I don't want to see the Adam. I'm not asking to see the whole booty. I'm asking the whole part. Just the whole part.
There goes the podcast.
It did we good.
Hey, Seti Nass was in the chat and he said Lush is way too comfortable disrespecting me.
Yeah,
Why do you always get the fucking?
No. This is, you know what, Seti? This is some bullshit.
I'm trying to save you.
This is some bullshit. Nah, this is some bullshit. And anybody, all I'm doing is speaking on what I'm seeing. Never had no smoke for nobody. People are not gonna target me because they feel like I'm the easy lick. Fuck that. Fuck out of here. You were you lied about being you lied about being a crisis actor. You were not a fucking crisis actor. That does not make any fucking sense.
Wow.
I'm actually no, it's not. No, I'm not being disrespectful.
Wow.
I was stalling you out. I don't understand why people constantly try to make it about me, or especially like we're on a podcast speaking about a subject and act like I'm not an authority, like I'm not from here, like my jurisdiction is somehow limited. No, I'm more outside than anybody. It's super cool.
Let me know. Put in the comments if y'all want to see some 20 versus like a man.
Hey, do people like do girls in Chicago? I mean, driver's licenses. Okay. Like if you guys didn't know, and she posted the picture.
Sisters drove you to the red.
You watch women submit to children all the time.
Out your mouth that whatever.
He was 9 years old.
Yeah.
You had a million opportunities to tell him.
Yeah.
You never. So this all started over Seti Nash. He was basically caught on camera, I guess telling or snitching about some event that had happened in some neighborhood. And Seti Nash makes this argument that he was in fact a crisis actor and that some news outlet basically paid him money or recruited him to tell a certain story about an event that happened. So we start getting into this argument about whether or not crisis actors actually exist. And Adam is always on his phone, which is okay because he's trying to do his research. But we start talking about whether or not there is a real thing. There's a such thing as a crisis actor. And I really want to get you this segment because this is I'm gonna play you some commentary from some old people during some of these protests, and I want you to just see the similarity between the way Adam argues, against this idea of there being a crisis actor and how confident they seem. And then I want you to watch these old people, and what you're going to see is like, there are two people who are falling for all this nonsense. Let me see. Maybe it's this.
Analyze this.
I'm just saying, I don't want to be putting no jackets on nobody that don't belong. Like shit, that shit look like he was on like Channel 7 News, like getting like the news reporter asking him about a crime, and he like, yeah, this happened. Like
he told names and stuff like that.
There's supposed to be no media.
Did he tell names and stuff like that? One thing about the streets, it's against the street code to even be on the podcast talking.
No, it ain't. Can you pull it up?
In reality, they gonna say it's a snitch. They say on the podcast you a snitch in the streets. That's what they say.
Because I just want to show people what I'm talking about.
The streets say anybody on the podcast is a snitch.
Probation? Can I ask a question?
He can't.
Yes.
So
let it out, loved one.
This guy in the hood, you doing something positive.
Man.
I'm trying to get to that crisis actor. Man, it's not a snitch. But
Brandon, that's the difference.
That court, you not know them niggas, right?
Massacre and all these different public events. So Seti is saying that he was a paid person that goes, and when there's a crime committed, he gets paid to go on camera and explain what's going on.
I got one question.
The question is,
put the mic up.
Okay, with this crisis thing, do he know the person involved with this, the victim?
Well, here's the thing.
That was his friend, right?
Well, the thing is, it has his real name. If you're a crisis actor, it wouldn't have your real name.
Yeah, if you're an actor,
I'm pretty sure his name's
so,
Cedric.
So basically, let me ask you this question,
Nash,
not to cut you off, because I got a real legit question.
Yeah.
So basically, what you telling me, a real crisis actor. So if they came to Young and Hefe, like, look, Young and Hefe, we want you to be a crisis actor. We got 20,000 for you.
Right.
They basically gonna tell me a story that already happened.
Correct.
And want me to repeat it.
Yes, sir.
But it's gonna be a fake name.
Yes, you will not. It would not be under
Okay.
Young. In fact, you're way too famous to even
This
do
is
it.
what
It has
Lush
to
is
be
doing
like
during those riots.
people that was what I was doing.
So people make fun of real situations.
It's not making fun of. These are like they're getting paid to
Snitch.
People think that these
Basically spread a
Control the
narrative.
narrative.
Right.
To control the narrative.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like the piece of
It's very debatable if these even exist. Or
Yes.
I would
Oh,
assume-
I never heard of a crisis.
Basically,
actor.
like
This show-
make that big.
It's a
and-
conspiracy.
And put it on the screen.
it's a conspiracy.
Hey,
It's a
Adam, what's that thing I
conspiracy.
do? GTP or
But,
some
yeah.
shit?
DP.
Now, notice, Adam, I don't want you guys to ever forget this. Adam is the proprietor of a very large stream, a very large YouTube channel, 5 million subscribers, right? YouTube is an extremely liberal, radical leftist supporting platform. It's not beyond the realm of reality that the people who have the largest reach or the largest channels are expected to kind of go along with these radical liberal or leftist narratives. So if you notice, Adam immediately says, well, it's arguable if these crisis actors even exist. And he says it in such a nonchalant way, you might almost think that he doesn't really care one way or the other. But if you notice, the crisis actor segment, or what was mentioned in the beginning, everyone seemed to agree that this thing existed, that crisis actors exist. It was to the point where Munchie B and Ann Hefe in 607 Unk, people who might not be familiar with what a crisis actor is, they were actually asking for clarity on what exactly a crisis actor was. And Lush was even seemingly admitting that crisis actors are a real thing. But do you notice that as soon as Adam threw out this idea that crisis actors don't even exist, watch how quickly Lush pivots. I think we could start it right here. 22. I'll start at 22:40. I want you to watch how quickly Lush pivots to Adam's side of crisis actors don't even exist. Watch this again.
His laugh is so good.
Crip card is gone. Stop playing with me.
YSL said he. YSL said he. No, YSL said he fucked up.
Oh my God. Welcome to No Jumper, the newest news. I swear to God, mama, we go get old shit and make it new. I swear, mama, we go decode that shit. Y'all thought y'all was hiding it, but we go and find it. I swear to God, my mama, No Jumper, the coolest podcast.
YSL said he.
That's a real news channel.
If you're gonna be a crisis actor, yeah.
news
No, that's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
So people say that there's people that are paid anytime there's like a major event, like a school shooting or like a riot or something like that.
Let's let Lush engage in this. Yeah.
'cause
Explain,
I'm trying
to explain to him.
what a crisis actor is for the people out there.
So what a crisis actor is, anytime there's like a major public
Lush
disturbance,
is a
like
crisis
a
actor.
like a mass shooting or a riot, they'll say it's the same people that be like, they said there's the same people that was on scene for 9/11 were there for the Sandy Hook massacre and all these different public events. So SETI is saying that he was a paid person that goes, and when there's a crime committed, he gets paid to go on camera and explain what's going
I got
on.
one question.
The question is,
Put the mic up.
Okay, with this crisis thing, do he know the person involved with this, the victim?
well, here's the thing.
That was his friend, right?
Well, the thing is, it has his real name. If you're a crisis actor, it wouldn't have your real name.
Yeah, if you're an
I'm pretty
actor
sure
in
his name's
general.
Cedric.
So basically,
Okay, so Lush is like, well, if you're a crisis actor, it wouldn't have your real name. See, it had his real name, yada, 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 yada. That's not true. Because even with the Sandy Hook situation, David Hogg, who is now working with the Democrat Party, not saying he's a crisis actor, but many people said he was a crisis actor, and David Hogg was his real name. But listen to how Lush knows all about crisis actors. He knows all about how it works. He knows all about the ins and outs of what's going on with crisis actors. But just watch when Adam throws out the cue like crisis actors don't exist. Oh yeah, they don't exist. Watch, just keep watching. You guys are smart. You guys are an intelligent audience. Check it out.
Basically, let me ask you this question, not to cut you off, because I got a real legit question.
Yeah.
So basically, what you telling me, a real crisis actor. So if they came to Young and Hefe, like, look, Young and Hefe, we want you to be a crisis actor. We got 20,000 for you.
Right.
They basically gonna tell me a story that already happened.
Correct.
And want me to repeat it.
Yes, sir.
But it's gonna be a fake name.
Yes, you will not. It would not be under Young. In fact, you're way too famous to even do it.
This is what
it has to be like
during those riots.
people that was what I was doing.
So people make fun of real situations.
It's not making fun of. These are like they're getting paid to
snitch.
People think that these
Basically spread a
Control the narrative.
Right.
To control the narrative.
Exactly.
And like the piece
It's very debatable if these even exist. Or
Yes.
I would
Oh,
assume.
I never heard of a crisis
Basically,
actor.
like
This show-
make that big.
It's a conspiracy.
And put it on the screen.
It's a conspiracy.
Hey,
It's a
Adam, what's that thing I
conspiracy.
do? GTP or some
Yeah.
shit?
DP.
That GT.
Hey, show that on the screen.
Why you
Yo, what do you guys think of this?
When I do that,
Yo,
I didn't do that.
Tell me this
That's
stuff
not me.
belong in an art
That's a
gallery.
clone. That's not me. That's not
Look
me.
at Butch.
Gang.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Concerned. Now y'all notice how Adam, we're talking about the crisis actor. He tries to totally divert the conversation away from the crisis actor topic. One thing YouTube does not want people doing, one thing Google does not want major platforms doing is bringing attention to hotly debated topics. Because if you don't know, there is an entire network, there's a web of disinformation, misinformation, and ultimately deception that is used to brainwash people. People who are too lazy to do research, old people who are too reliant on mainstream media to go out and get properly informed, and young people who just have no desire to know anything but have a surface level understanding of what's going on. He literally tried to divert the topic back to 607 Unc being fruity, but I didn't let that happen.
Gang, that's not me. You can't tell us me. It's on the back, so you can't tell us me.
It's off the
Gang.
It's off the back.
Brandon
That's not
looks
me.
down, honestly.
Gang, that's not me.
Brandon
No,
looks down,
get that-
for being
hey,
honest.
Brandon, get that down. Take that shit down. That's not me.
Look at Brandon.
Get that
He's
down.
like, I'm next.
That's not me. No jumper trying to embarrass me. That ain't me. No, that ain't me. What the fuck? I swear to God, my mama, that ain't me.
Worse when it's small.
I swear to mama. I swear to God, my mama, that ain't me.
Hey, Adam.
On GD, that ain't me.
Yo, I need everybody watching this. I need every single person watching this to go to my Twitter right now and retweet and like the image I just tweeted.
No.
Adam22 on Twitter. Thank you very much.
No, don't do that. You gonna ruin me.
Hey, Adam.
Munchie's the best part of it by far.
No. Chat GPT asked what is a crisis actor?
Munchie turns. Now listen to Munchie. Munchie says, Adam, go to Chat GPT and ask them what is a crisis actor. Shout out to Munchie B, because he's the one who brought it back to seriousness. He's the one who brought it back to something that you can actually put in your pocket and take to the bank. See, that sparked everybody's interest. And this is what I keep telling y'all. It's a lot of intelligent brothers up at No Jumper, man. But if you distract black people, we are easily distracted. But when we grab onto something serious, when you spark our curiosity, we're like a bloodhound. We need to know the answer. And Munchie B brought it back. And because Adam respects Munchie B, and Munchie B has like the heart of the people, because he's a reputable dude from a hood, and that's what their audience clings to, Munchie B brought it back up. Now the audience wants to know, yo, tell us more about this crisis actor thing.
Well, I want to ask him, are crisis actors real?
Right.
My ass out. Listen.
You turned around away,
crisis actors real.
Oh, my ass out first day on the job. God, wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
ChatGPT basically says that crisis actors don't exist.
Exactly.
They do exist.
Man, no, bro.
Wow.
Man, y'all think Chat GPT?
AI know everything.
No.
Listen, man.
AI can tell you if you're watching.
Listen, Chat GPT takes from what the information that's available if you ask,
So who made it up? How long this term been out?
It's basically invented by conspiracy theorists to push agendas and claim that basically people like picture if like
and you see me, guys. I give you guys cues during the show when I say stuff like here we go. That means you're about to get straight up radical liberal. We've given these orders from the top. We will dismantle your 500 million subscriber YouTube channel. We'll dismantle your 500 million subscriber YouTube channel if you go against us. If you in any way allude to anything that exposes us. That's why I'm saying, here we go. Because I know it's about to be someone who is very poorly informed, who just looked up the information 2 minutes, not even 30 seconds ago. He looked this up. He got the answer he wanted, and now someone who had no clue about what was going on with this is now going to become the teacher and explain it all to us. Total bullshit, dude.
Like somebody got killed and their mother was on the news crying about it and freaking out, and then people basically wanted to like invalidate her suffering. The theory would be, oh, this woman is actually a paid actor who's been put here to make the black community look bad by lying about a shooting when there was actually no killing at all. That's like an example of how people claim that a crisis actor would be used. It is obviously very debatable, and in my opinion, extremely unlikely that this is a real thing that exists. Now, why would Seti Nash be a paid crisis actor on the news in that scenario?
That's not a crisis.
It's very hard to imagine.
That's not a crisis.
Who would hire him? What would they have to gain?
He's not getting hired.
Now here goes Lush. Lush was right with us on the crisis actor thing 2 minutes ago. Now he's fully on board with Adam. See, and that's the thing. It's not real. This doesn't exist. Bro, you don't know if it exists or not. Actually, they know it exists because we all know it exists, but they got to fall down on a certain side. That protects the enterprise. That protects the business. And I understand why Adam would be incentivized to do that. But there's one thing, just not speaking on something. Let's move on. It's another thing where now you are spreading misinformation, spreading radical liberal propaganda. Basically, you got 7,000 people watching this, and you are standing on this idea that there's no such thing as a crisis actor. And the problem is the dummies watching it are going to believe you. They're not going to go do research. Oh, yeah, remember they was on No Jumper and Brandon tried to say there was such thing as a crisis actor, and man, Adam cooked them, but watch what I do. Watch how I get everyone to admit there's a crisis actor. There's a such thing as crisis actors. And I'm going to take you to another video where a guy goes and researches the background of crisis actors and proves that there are crisis actors at these No Kings rallies, at these immigration rallies, and all this. Guys, I'm always going to come with receipts. If you want the receipts to anything where someone debated me on No Jumper, just come to this channel and I'm cooking. Right, my son? Sure. Listen, you're lying. Lush is trying to filibuster. Okay, if you look at AI,
you're the ultimate filibuster.
Immediately. I always speak in definite ways. You guys say Brandon acts like he could never be wrong. No, I must immediately tell these people, you are a liar. You are trying to do this because we are living in the age of the 3-second soundbite. So if I don't make it clear where I stand, if I don't clearly make an accusation, if I don't clearly call them out immediately, there's a chance that the overarching message can be lost. It's a 4-hour stream. When you guys go back and look at this for research purposes, you will then see the skill that I am displaying by openly, loudly, clearly identifying these people for who they really are versus trying to be nice about it.
Filibuster.
You can look this up.
Walking, talking human filibuster.
He got facts. He got facts, though. Listen to his facts.
Donnie can look this up.
Look it up.
There's a company called Crowds on Demand.
Yes.
Known for hiring actors to pose as supporters or protesters at events.
That's not what we're talking about.
Can you let me finish cooking this white man just for a second?
Go ahead, cook.
You can literally go on their website, apply to be hired to go to anywhere in America.
That is not crisis actor.
What he's saying is black
black
You're
people do
not
anything
letting
for
me
money.
finish.
Hired protesters
That's
are not the
different,
same.
Wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute, bro.
That's a
Calm down,
false
bro.
equivalent.
Calm down, bro. Calm down.
What he's saying is,
We're calm.
Let me make this
What
point.
he's saying is black people do anything for
Listen,
money.
does a rose by any other name not smell as sweet? You're at the term crisis actor. So AI is going to say, well, technically these are not crisis actors. What they are is they're paid protesters who are actually
What does that have to do with
Can you
fucking?
let me finish.
Now don't let you finish
Are
here.
you done,
They're
or
paid
They don't let you
protesters.
finish here.
Listen, see, all they got is filibuster. All they got is filibuster. They can't come back at you, oh, Brandon, this and that. Bro, listen, paid protesters are given a script. If someone comes up to you, because if you're out there protesting, shaking a sign, there's a chance that a media outlet or someone will come to you and say, hey, why are you out here? And they'll stick a camera and a microphone in your face. Because that is the case, they literally give you a script. What do actors get before they do a movie or a show? They get a script. This is what you say in the event that this happens. Guys, that is an actor. They don't really believe in the crap that they're protesting. They're being paid, they're being given a script, and they're given a paycheck. That is an actor. What ChatGPT does, because this is the way that Google and everybody else have engineered it, they go based on exactly what you say. And then they ban a bunch of words, or they put pre-programmed results in based on the keywords. So there's no such thing as a crisis actor, but there is all these companies paying people to go protest causes that they know nothing about and giving them scripts, telling them what to say if they are confronted by media. Come on, guys. We're going to watch a little bit more of this. Then we're going to go watch some crisis actors operate in real time, and I will be exonerated. There are paid protesters who are given talking points to use if a camera crew comes up to them and asks them questions. These people exist. AI has proved it. You can go to their website and get a job with them.
The
nothing to
fact
do
that
with
these
what was
people,
being talked about
these
at
people
all.
exist.
Y'all can't
We
take
saying
it.
that's fact, right? They do exist. But we saying in that situation.
Now, 607 is saying, he's smart. He's like, no, they do exist. Now watch Adam quiet. He's not going to say nothing. He's not going to say, I was wrong. You were right. I never looked at it that way. Hey, man, we need to do more research. Just quiet.
He was snitching.
That wasn't a protest.
That was not that situation.
That was a
crisis.
He was not doing
That's
that.
not a
He was
fucking
snitching.
crisis, bro.
KCR is a real news channel.
And he was real snitching right there.
Regardless,
Yeah, he was really
Y'all about to
snitching.
get him put off, bro.
He was really
I'm not
snitching.
getting nothing.
His
This is not doing that.
He was
Adam.
really snitching on live, on TV.
Adam
His
brought
trick
up, if you could, hey, y'all, if looks could kill, look at the way Lush and Adam's faces look. Look at Lush, especially Lush. Look at that, dude. Lush looked like he ready to sell me for 30 pieces of silver, dude. He looked like he ready to sell me for 30 pieces of silver. Adam is looking like, damn, I got cooked. I got to figure out a way to fire this guy. Look at his face. Adam's thinking, how am I gonna first discredit this dude, then fire him? Lush is looking like, dude, if Adam told me to stab this dude in the chest live on camera, I would do it right now. I'm so pissed off. I shut them not up. I shut they ass down. Okay? I shut them down. But the small minds wouldn't understand.
Hard is gone.
Adam brought
He go
up
sit
here.
next to Woody now.
Look, Adam brought you here. This the longest Lush has ever been. Guys, I deserve a cash app. I deserve a cash app. Guys, hit the cash app for the Father's Day dinner. I deserve a steak for Father's Day off of that. I shut they ass down. Now we in here cooking. And what you don't realize is they didn't talk for like the next 10 minutes. So he's responsible.
Look, I reacted to it today,
No,
but
you
like I
just
said,
saw
I
that,
don't
right?
know nothing about this
Listen,
crisis
listen.
shit. I reacted to it because somebody said it to me.
Listen, for
Adam
everybody
about to
watching
get this
this,
nigga put off.
all I'm saying is this,
Hey,
right?
are quiet.
If showing on the TV, he's snitching, right? So 6-0, we got to do something
Silence
about that,
of the
right?
lambs.
I'm just saying, we got to make sure that all our gang members solid, gang.
85% of communication is nonverbal. Bro, these guys are quiet. When have you ever heard Lush shut his ass up this long? I do deserve a cash out for this one. You guys, hey, I deserve a Father's Day dinner for this one. Bro, what? Check and mate. Check and mate.
What got my mom?
What news channel was that?
KCRA.
That's a credible source, right?
The information.
I'm all right.
That's
Oh, so you admit that I'm right.
I just don't think we should be passing.
Look, now do you see the phone passing? I said, Adam, would you like to look at my phone so you can see the information so it won't look like I'm just pulling things out of my ass? Let's ask this question. How often does Adam let us see his phone when he's out here? Oh, well, ChatGPT says. He rejected it. Nah, I'm all right. He's mad. He's mad. He's upset. I just don't think we should be passing phones. Y'all passing blunts and weed wraps and buzz balls and everything else. But we can't pass a phone, though. That's a crime. That's a sin.
We should pull up information on the screen if we want to
But it really has nothing to do with this incident.
Why we prove this AI? Listen, listen. You can't. One thing we can know that
hold on, credible news source.
No, listen, no. You can.
Bro, they let us take over the damn stream. They was like, they gonna let us take over the damn stream because they was like, this dude cooked us. Now, what I want to show you is we could get away from this now. They were done away with. Now, I want to go to this channel called Nate Friedman. If you never heard of Nate Friedman goes to all types of events, whatever, right? And he talks to people who are protesting in crowds. And Nate Friedman's specialty is he actually goes in and he talks to people to find out if they actually know what the hell they're actually protesting. And what does Nate Friedman oftentimes find out? He finds out that these people don't know crap about why they're protesting. They're literally out there flipping the hell out. So let's play this. First person Nate runs into is an Indian guy. This is at the No Kings event yesterday. So Nate runs into this Indian guy, right? Oh no. He runs into this lady first, and she is crazy. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So Nate runs into this Indian dude, but first he runs into this crazy lady. And I'm just gonna give it away. This woman is a paid protester / crisis actor. This is exactly what she is. Crazy, deranged white woman.
The pins. Gays against guns, abortion access, Harris Waltz, obviously. In the world of Putin's Be a Zelensky, anti-dictator. Okay, so who are you with? All right, guys, we are outside the...
Round him up. He doesn't care.
But they committed a crime.
No, they
Why are
did
you
not.
touching me?
They did not.
Who are you with?
I'm with America.
No, but you asked me who am I with, so I'm asking you who are you with?
Well, you're acting like a reporter with a...
I am a reporter.
Yeah, okay.
You want to see my press credentials?
I want press credentials.
Wait, here's my press credentials.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so who are you with? All right, guys, we are outside the biggest protest in modern day American history, the No Kings protest. We're going to talk to some folks here and see what they really want. I love the pins. Gays against guns, abortion access, Harris Waltz, obviously. In the world of Putin's Be a Zelensky, anti-dictator.
Make your way to 40th and 5th, and we're marching down to 26th.
Got the directions and everything. I was going to see who she works with.
We're showing the world what democracy looks like. If you see any trolls, do not take the bait. This is a peaceful protest.
Okay, so you're at a peaceful protest, but yet you're giving people directions. We're going down this way. We're going down that way. All this stuff. When you do a protest, they're supposed to give you all that information before the protest even starts. When you see people like this acting like they're at work, that's when you should be leery. Something more than what I came for is going on here. Before we get started, shout out to my boy JP from the LB for the $5 holler in the Cash App. Guys, we're closer to the Father's Day dinner. As you can see, the links have been placed in the comments, and my Cash App handle is right at the bottom of the screen. Okay, let's keep playing this because crisis actors don't exist.
Yeah, I don't know how peaceful this protest is, as this was one of many signs that I saw that were a direct threat to the United States president. Tell me what you're doing out here.
I became a citizen of this country 10 years back, right at New York Public Library. Here I am after 10 years protesting against a goddamn whiny little bitch. Trump is a fat, whiny bitch. Yeah. And I think he wants to be a powerful person because he's got a small little fucking dick.
Okay, so you're out protesting because Trump is a whiny little bee. He has a small little tiny pecker and he wants to be a powerful person. This guy will not name a single thing Trump is doing that's illegal. He's not going to name a single thing Trump is doing that hurts him. He actually came into the country legally, but now is arguing for illegals. We already know the Indians want to flood America. We know that. We know they want to come to America. We know they want to take all the tech jobs. We know they want to buy up all the hotels. We already know that. So it makes sense that he would be out there with no real reason or no real accusations to make against Trump. His people, Indians, they benefit from open borders. Of course, he wants a very porous United States border because they get to come in and take all the tech jobs and make it impossible for you to get a job at Google, TikTok, Microsoft, or anything else. So I get why that guy's out there. The problem is they are accusing Donald Trump of being a criminal. They're saying he's doing something illegal, but when you put a camera and a microphone in their face, they struggle to articulate exactly what Trump has done. And that is the problem. When you have people who are so gullible that they are able to be driven out into the street without being given any proof or evidence of the crimes that Donald Trump or any other person has actually committed. This is brainwashing. This guy believes that being able to say curse words about the president makes him powerful. And it probably does, because in his country, he will be locked away for multiple decades for speaking about their president this way.
I think I know exactly what these kind of people are, because he's a weak pussy who's got all people who have no self-control, anger issues. They've riled up people against. Look at the kind of people all get together here. This is a fucking America. It's just not belongs to one group of people. It's for all of us.
How did he win? How did he become president?
Because people are scared. They are. They don't think for the welfare of others. All they care about is themselves. It's very easy for people to be selfish, and it is very easy to scare people. It's happening all around the world. It is happening in India, where people are scared. You have a strong man. It's happening in Israel, where you have Netanyahu, who is a strong man. It's happening in Turkey, where Erdogan is a strong man. It is essentially people are scared.
And what are people scared of?
Themselves, first of all. They are.
So he's making it clear to you. He said it's happening in my country. It's happening in all these countries around the world. All these countries have strong men because they're afraid. See, what these people want, they want their countries to have strong leadership. But they want America to have weak, feckless leadership so that their strong leaders can take advantage of America. That's what was happening under Biden. You got all these tough guys that are leading countries around the world, and they keep telling you, put this old senile old man in, put this woman in who's weak and ignorant and incompetent. See, these people have an agenda of their own, and their plan only works if America continues to elect weak leadership. They understand that Americans are trying to be overly kind, and you remember that old saying, they'll take your kindness as a weakness. That's what they're doing to America. They think we a bunch of punk bitches because we feel sorry for them. And now that Americans are standing up saying, no, we feel sorry for you. We don't, it's unfortunate what's happened to you, but we're not about to give you our country. We're not about to let you come in and get more than we got because we feel bad for you. Now they got to get out in the streets and protest and do violence to scare Americans. It's like a bully, right? A bully comes and takes your lunch, right? But the minute you stand up, at first he comes up, he threatens you. Hey, I'm going to punch you in the face. Actually, first bullies usually come up begging. Hey, man, you got $1 that I could borrow? You give them the dollar. They come the next day. Hey, man, you got $1 I can borrow. You give them the dollar. They come through for the dollar. The third time, you're like, hell no, bro, I ain't giving you no more money. Then they try to use intimidation, right? So first they use sympathy. Once sympathy no longer works, they try to use intimidation. And that's what these people are doing. We felt sorry for them. We were giving them everything. Once we realized that it was hurting us to continue to babysit and take care of the rest of the world as dependents, we wanted to cut them off. Now they got to try to use intimidation. And that's what these protests are. These protests are nothing more than intimidation tactics that are not going to work. And that's what he's doing. He's like, I'm going to curse out the president and maybe that'll intimidate somebody. Bro, listen, Banderlog, we ain't falling for it.
Are not confident about their lives. They think their lives are bad. They are comparing themselves to others. And that's it. They're not happy with what they are.
Why did more legal immigrants vote for Trump this time than ever before?
It's not, again, we are no different. Yeah. Just because we are a legal immigrant doesn't mean we can be scared too.
Yeah.
And it is essentially is that we are as selfish as any other group. So what we said is that, okay, I've got mine. Why don't I push the others who are following me? We are the worst, actually, compared to others.
That's scary. The worst?
Yeah, because we don't care for others. We all care for immigrants. Yeah, a lot of us.
We don't care for others, but he's here. If we didn't care for others, how did you get here? How is there even an opportunity for you to come here? They didn't let you go up into China. They didn't let you go up into Russia. They didn't let you go up into Kuwait or Saudi Arabia. They let you come into America. And now you're talking crap about America. Everyone's scared. Yeah, you came to America for safety. Now you're trying to tear down the very country that you fled to for safety and security. That is the nature of people. That is the same as people who have ruined California. Now they're moving to other states so they can ruin those states. They understand how the things they supported destroyed their ability to live where they want. But then when they go to a new place, they carry that same mindset into the new place and ruin that place. This guy needs to have his ass kicked. That's his problem. He doesn't understand. He entered into America during the age where you could say anything to people and they wouldn't do anything. We need to put that guy in a time machine and take him back to the 90s where you call somebody a B and they slap the taste out your damn mouth. And look at this lady who's shadowing them.
Together.
And Nazis, like, what do you mean by Nazis?
Hitler's fascists, people who want to use groups against each other, who feel that they can put one group of people in concentration camps.
Do you feel like Republicans want to kill Jews?
Yes. They want to kill Jews. They want to kill black people. They want to kill brown.
Can I just ask your credentials and what you're
my name is Nate. I just have a YouTube channel.
Nate, so we don't know what side Nate is on.
Let him. I don't care.
Just so you know, I'm with a group that is just pointing out that there are some folks here who will.
Okay, so now these two men are talking. She, for some reason, gets to come in and shut down the conversation. She doesn't know these guys. She's not the boss of any of these guys. She has placed the authority upon herself. She's taken the liberty to say, let me come in and interrupt you guys' conversation because I don't like what's being discussed. See, as much as they'll get out and say stuff like, we don't want any kings, no kings, and all this nonsense, right? As much as they'll say that, they're the ones who want to be the kings. They don't want Trump to have control because they want to have control. Why does she get to tell that guy he can't interview this guy? And why does she get to tell this guy he can't be interviewed by that guy? It's not even any of her damn business. But these people are going to take power wherever they can. They're going to attempt to seize power wherever they can because they're not angry at Trump so much as they are jealous at Trump. They want the power that Trump has.
We'll take words and
let them do it. I don't care.
Let's have a conversation.
I don't care.
Just say,
I don't give a shit. Let them deport me.
No,
Who
no,
the
no.
fuck
But
cares about
but
these?
people will
These are
cut.
fucking.
Thank you.
These are cunts who have no fucking balls and they will troll. Let them troll.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
care.
just giving
I
you
don't
fair
give a
warning.
shit about
Who are you
trolls.
with?
I'm giving you fair warning.
I know that. I don't give a shit about
who is she
if
with?
we are
Why is she
scared,
not letting you talk?
I don't care about trolls like Charlie Kirk, Fuentes, and these fucking white ass bitches. I don't give a shit about them.
And that's you just might be speaking to.
Let them share it. You know what, trolls? Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Can I ask who are you with?
Come
Can I
get
ask
me.
who are you with?
Thank you.
Who are you with?
So she says, I'm gonna protect you by not allowing you to speak with who you want to talk to. And then if you look at her, if we zoom in and you look at her hat, right? Who wears a hat that says abortion? Who just randomly wears a hat that says abortion? These people are paid operatives. And Adam was telling me that they don't exist. Of course they do. What old lady wants to kill babies? Old ladies love babies. But they will wear a hat that promotes the killing of babies if they're getting paid. See? And then this Indian guy, he's just lost in the sauce. I'm tough because I'm out in the street. Well, let's put you in a dark alley with Donald Trump and see who comes out alive.
With America.
No, but you asked me who am I with, so I'm asking you who are you with?
Well, you're acting like a reporter with a.
I am a reporter.
Yeah, okay.
You want to see my press credentials?
I want to talk. I don't
Wait,
give
here's my press credentials.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so who are you with?
I'm right now I'm representing myself, and I'm representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals.
How much?
today.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really? So I did some digging, and the
Oh. So she's asking him who he's with, right? He says, look, man, I'm with the press. I am a journalist, right? Which Nate Friedman is a journalist. I keep telling you guys, you do journalism, you're a journalist. So she asked, bro, who's he with? But then he turns it back on her and asks her, well, who are you with? Who are you with? She doesn't want to say.
Representing myself, and
She says, I'm representing myself. Well, if you're representing yourself, why can't this gentleman represent himself? Why are you even here? Because these people are doing more than just organizing protests. These people are identifying opposition. They're making a record. Hey, do you guys hear like a popping noise as I'm speaking? Just let me know, because I hear a little pop. But they're documenting, they're making a record of the opposition, and they are putting it into a database because they need to know who is out here spreading the truth, who's out here pushing back against their lies and their demonic behavior. That's what they're doing. Watch how she slyly records him. So he shows his press credential, right, for the city of New York. You can go look that up. He has a number on there, all that. He's legit. Who the F is this she's not even a bad wench. Who the heck is this Karen? See, everything they try to say about you, it's actually who they are. Every single accusation they make against you is actually a representation of who they are. She's the mystery person. She's the person we need to be aware of. She's the person who nobody knows, who no one can identify. But she's making it out that Nate is the one. We know Nate's first and last name. We have Nate's credential right here. Do we know her name? No. Who are you? A mystery lady who showed up on the streets of New York to tell you what you need to be doing at a protest. I'm being real. I'm being 100% real. We know Nate Friedman better than we know Karen at this point. But she's trying to tell you that Nate Friedman is the one you need to be worried about. No, Karen, you're the one we need to be worried about.
Thank you.
Okay, so who are you with?
Right now I'm representing myself, and I'm representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
So I did some digging, and the woman trying to stop my interview is named Karen Shaw. She is a professional protester. I found her at almost 100 different protests. Let's look at her portfolio, shall we? Here's her
The fact that her name is actually Karen is crazy.
outside Trump Tower saying TikTok time's up. Here's her saying ban guns, not drag. Amazing. This is her telling us that lies have consequences. She is also very passionate about abortion. Even in the video right now, she's just wearing a hat that says abortion on it. This is deranged behavior, by the way. I studied psychology in college, and I'm confident that I can diagnose this person as insane. Sometimes she gets less creative, though, and just holds a sign that says enough. Now, here I found her working with a different professional protester that I've exposed. This is Stuart Waldman. He was there when they raised the Palestinian flag over City Hall in Rhode Island.
Everyone knows you.
Everyone knows me?
You are. They know what you do.
I know what you do as well, Stuart Waldman. You are on the board of riseandresist.org, the company that is paying people like Karen for a second job as a professional protester. And the donation link to give you money is just Act Blue, which is the fundraising platform for the Democrat Party. That's who you are, Stuart Waldman. Now back to Karen. I found her with another professional protester that I've exposed. This was back at the Tesla protest. This is just a few photos of this other professional protester out of maybe 50 that I found. It's clearly a very well-established industry, and Rise and Resist is just the tip of the iceberg. Now here's some more about Karen. I did find her Instagram where she just documents herself vandalizing New York City. She puts these chalk signs all over the place, like this one right outside the Trump Hotel. She also likes to flip off Cybertrucks and just post that on Instagram as well. If you just scroll through her profile on Instagram, it is the best case study for reopening the asylums that you can possibly make. Now, Karen is the Associate Director of Development and Special Events at Lincoln Center Theater, which is devastating because Lincoln Center is a beautiful place that just got a little less beautiful after learning that piece of information.
I asked me how much do I wear to wear this vest. I got
I'm
it
not
at
asking
sale.
you. You seem passionate about it. I'm with you, brother.
Cute to all the fucking right-wing Nazis and fucking says, right?
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes.
Let me just ask you, just let me say, if Republicans want to kill Jews, why is Trump so with Israel? Like what?
Israelis and Jews are not the same people. Okay. Jews are different people, okay?
His daughter is Jewish.
His daughter is not Jewish. She's married to a Jewish man.
She converted to Judaism.
No, who gives a shit? I'm an atheist. I don't give a shit about somebody being Jewish, Hindu, Muslim, or anything like that. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
Okay?
What song is that?
What's your problem? Talk to me, man.
Yeah,
what's your fucking problem?
This is so
what you're trying to... Yeah.
Filming?
No, yeah.
Now look, everything they say you're doing, they're having a conversation. The guy wants to interview the Indian guy, Nate Friedman. The Indian guy clearly wants to talk to him because he wants to curse out Trump. But she says, look, I'm going to rob you guys both of your freedom of speech by coming around you being so unbearably annoying that you're not even able to have a civil conversation. Because even though the Indian guy is cursing a lot, he's still being civil. He's still being, courteous and kind to a certain extent. Who do you think is going to take your freedom of speech faster? Trump or Karen? And her real name is Karen. Karen doesn't want you. Karen is getting paid. So what we know is if Karen wasn't getting paid, Karen wouldn't even be out there. But Karen is doing her job so well that she has to go interrupt people so they can't even have polite and civil discourse. These people don't want us having conversations. These people don't want us to come to the watering hole and talk about and discuss our ideas. Because if you do that, guess what? You might find common ground. And if you find common ground, guess what? They lose their ability to fearmonger you. That's exactly what's going on. This lady's acting so immature. Bro, I'm telling you, I wish somebody would have turned around and slapped the dog crap out of her.
This is amazing. What song is that? We're gonna put you on YouTube. It sounds good.
Yeah, we're gathered here, but the rally is marching now on Fifth Avenue.
You're doing this for free. You're just this passionate about it. It's a mental illness, you know. What can you do?
1 second.
Right here. Thank you. And why do you want? What's up?
Now, look, so he said, so mind you, Nate is going home after the fact to research these people, right? So in that moment, he even says, like, you're doing this, you're just that passionate about this, you care that much about this that you're not even going to let us have a discussion. They don't care. That's why when he went home, he did research and found out, oh, this lady gets paid to do this. These are the people you're listening to. These are the people at those protests and rallies downtown telling you, hey, go burn something down. Hey, go throw a brick through a window. They're getting paid. They're not going to actually do the deed, but they're going to convince you to do the deed because you think they're with you. No, you do it, you go to jail. They get in their Prius and drive home. But you got Lush and Adam telling me that there's no such thing as a crisis actor. These people are not only actors, they're inciters of violence. What up, thank the Most High? Hey guys, the link is in the chat. Guys, please don't forget, we are doing the Father's Day dinner drive, the collection. Hit the Cash App, Father's Day dinner Cash App right there, and contribute to my. Hey, I got a cool place that I'm gonna go. If I get the money, I got a totally awesome place that I'm gonna go. So feel free to contribute, or you can contribute through Super Chat. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me get these Super Chats real quick. Music Maniacs, no borders, no language, no culture. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Of course, you want to live in a country that's run by people like Karen, who if you say something she doesn't agree with, she starts blowing, I forgot what those things are called, but she starts blowing that little dingle hopper, and you can't even have a conversation. I'm telling you, if somebody that turned around and just gave that chick an NBA elbow to the throat, I would not have felt an ounce of remorse for her. Sticks and Stones LA, shout out to you, my brother. Same Indian dude will call you a hard ER too. White lady is DEI too. Hey, 100%. Okay, go ahead, thank the Most High. You got to unmute your microphone.
What's up,
Go ahead.
Brandon?
What up?
Okay, so I'm calling back. I wanted to know if I messed up your little feng shui with your program last time when I came in.
Man, listen, man. Just stick to the topic.
Okay, so me speaking on something that you said on No Jumper is off topic.
You can talk about something I said on No Jumper. Go ahead, but we're not going all the way into that, so go ahead.
All right, well, I mean, shit, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be respectful. I didn't cuss. I didn't come on your platform and interrupt nobody last time. So if you're trying to stay on topic, I'll just hop off.
Get to the point.
That's the point. I wanted to go back to what we was talking about before I got muted last time. So if we're not going to do that, then I'll just
Oh, no. We're not doing that now.
Yeah.
All right. This dude can't, and your microphone is buzzing like a motherfucker, dude. Come on. Okay. So these people are all, crisis actors, but they told me that crisis actors don't exist. We've proven that they do. People have done research on these people. Of course, Chat GPT and all these things controlled by Google and everything like that. They're going to tell you, oh, this doesn't exist. Well, yeah, they're going to always fall on the side of the people who created them, right? These AI programs and stuff. Let's play this a little bit more.
What's up? Why?
We're going to get back to this nice fan of the channel in just a second, and I cannot believe this video gets even more insane by the minute. But first,
you guys can see that this protest isn't all authentic, and that's because it is funded by tons of NGOs. And that's why we see U.S. Senator Josh Hawley launching an investigation into paid protest funding. Now, have you noticed that depending on what news source you're reading, it feels like something entirely different is happening at these protests? The left is focused on dozens of LA mayors demanding that the Trump administration stop the ICE raids, while the right is focused on who is funding these protests. Whether it be launching an investigation into the funding or just about the FBI catching a guy passing out riot gear in LA from his car, not exactly something you'd think of as unpaid work. But that discrepancy in the media is why I use ground news. Example of one time I don't believe in facts.
So the reason that
so annoying.
so Stephen Miller fired all the ICE people who were in, and he has a quota, which is what the Nazis did, and he just wants rounding them up, round up 3,000 people a day, round them up, round them up. He doesn't care.
But they committed a crime.
No, they
Why are
did
you
not.
touching it?
They did not. They did not. No, they did not. They did. So that's the fact. That is not a fact.
They're not here illegally.
Yes. No, they're not. And being illegal is actually not a crime. There's
Yes,
a
it
word
is.
for it. No, it is not. No, it is not.
Being illegal, coming into America illegally is a misdemeanor. If you get deported and come back in, it is a felony. That it is a crime, 100%. And Donald Trump, as president, through the Enemies and Aliens Act, has the 1,000% authority to remove you whenever and however he sees fit. That is literally in the Constitution, and that is a form of due process. But these people continue to argue because they're ignorant. This lady is sounding like Adam right now, just saying shit, hoping that no one can fact check her.
So you don't know the fact.
Yeah, tell me.
No, it is not.
Okay.
So they're rounding up pregnant women, kids, people. Oh, they rounded up someone who had a miss. They are rounding up people who.
This lady is Adam, and this white lady with the little kazoo, I think it's a kazoo, she is Lush. The one liberal, the gray-haired liberal trying to argue based on their opinions and their feelings, and then the other one as their backup just being incredibly annoying, so you get so frustrated and irritated, you just let them win the argument. Like, if he walks away, they'll feel like, yeah, we won that argument. But do you know there's an old quote that I used to keep it in my pocket when I was in college. It says, I didn't keep it in my pocket. That was an absolute freaking lie. But I always think about it. So I call it like keep it in my pocket because I always think about it. It's by Les Brown. The problem with arguing for your limitations is that if you win the argument, you get to keep them. So the problem with arguing based on lies and deception like this lady is doing is that if she wins the argument, well, she gets to go on operating based on misinformation, lies, and deception. There is no win in it for these people. The only way they win is if they actually start using common sense, logic, and rational thinking and opening themselves up for correction. That is why liberalism appeals to women, because it is very hard for a woman to accept correction and accountability. That's why they aim at women. It is very hard to persuade a woman of anything because at the end of the day, she can just say, you know what, you're a misogynist. That's it. That is why we need an objective department like ICE to come in and do their job and get these illegals out of here. Because if you leave it up to these idiots, they'll be wrong as two left shoes still trying to argue. We're going to watch this for 30 more seconds and we're going to let the guests speak.
Are legally here, but they had a misdemeanor. Do you know what a misdemeanor is?
Yeah, they made a
What
few
is a
mistakes out of
No,
like 10,000.
they didn't pay their parking ticket. But Donald Trump has 34 counts against him, and he is a rapist. A rapist. So those are the facts.
How is he a rapist? When was he a rapist? Be safe. I'm not.
You don't know when he was. You don't watch the news.
How's he a rapist? You don't know. You don't watch the news. And therein lies the problem. They are getting all their information from incredibly biased media sources. They haven't done a single ounce of personal research. They haven't operated based on a single shred of empirical data. They're literally like, MSNBC said this, so I'm going to run out in the street. And do you want me to tell you something? Here's the common denominator. This is why I know Democrats aren't going to win many elections going forward. Everybody fighting against him has gray in their hair. You know what it means when you have gray in your hair? It means that you only get your information from one source. It means that you let MSNBC play in the background while you're washing the dishes, and that is the entirety of where you formulate your political opinion. And that is a problem. But here's the bigger problem. This is a young gentleman. He's probably barely 20 or 21 years old. So what you have is a fight, young versus old. SSI, Medicare, Medicaid versus I don't know what the hell I'm going to do once I graduate college if there's no country or economy here for it. You're never going to lose that war. The United States is one of these countries that has more young people than old people. Not like China, who you guys think are going to take us to war when their entire population is elderly people. But hey, go figure, right? This is an issue. I look at the future. This guy's the future. I don't look at the past. These old gray-headed idiots are the past. I know where America's going. This conversation shows me where America's going. But is it any wonder why the person with more access to information, the ability to take advantage of his more information channels or resources, is it any wonder why there's no way they can convince him? Because he knows based on research. They're speaking based on what they were brainwashed into believing by MSNBC, CNN, and whatever else. And the same is true on the other side for Fox News. But that's why you see most conservatives, we're not getting our news from Fox News anymore. Fox News is fun. It's like a TV show. We like watching Jesse Waters because he's roasting people. We like watching Sean Hannity because he's just the GOAT, right? We just like it for entertainment. But we're going to Ground News, 1440, Newsmax, right? There's just so many different sources you could get information from that where you don't have to rely on these stupid mainstream media outlets because they're always going to slant. And if you listen to them, you're going to be biased. All right, go ahead, Amos.
Hey, good afternoon, Brandon. Thank you for letting me back on the show.
You're good.
I just wanted to say, so I actually attended two things yesterday. I attended a protest.
Oh, so you're a traitor.
Let me get into it. But you're funny, though. You're funny as shit. And also, this guy, Syntho Freak in the chat, he's hilarious, too, man. I'm just reading his shit. He's very funny. But so I went to a protest yesterday in Maryland, and then I went to D.C., and I actually went through to the Trump thing. However, I got there so late that I was denied access to be up front. So I kind of was like in a field close by and had to see everything from a jumbo screen. But for real, man, wasn't too many people there the way like it was shown on TV. Like the Trump thing. The crowd, yeah, the Trump thing. The crowds were very, very sparse. But
the only thing that mattered was that the military was there.
The military was there. Yes, they were there celebrating the Army's 250th birthday, right? So much respect to the Army. I'm a Navy veteran, But I wanted to say about this video with this Nate Friedman. Very, very interesting because now I'm going to start looking him up because he seems to know his stuff, right? Like when we get into these conversations and a lot of people get very, very emotional and they don't do research about things, right? A lot of people have opinions about immigration, but they don't know how the immigration process works. Some of them will be like, oh, all illegals are criminals or all blah, blah, blah. There's nuance in everything in life, right? So all I'll say is just do research. But as far as this kazoo lady, thank you. The sweatshirt is very comfortable. The kazoo lady, she actually, Brandon, are you familiar with Owen Schroyer InfoWars? Are you familiar?
I'm familiar with InfoWars.
Okay, well, one of their reporters, his name is Owen Schroyer. He's the youngest one on the InfoWars staff. So he has videos with that woman playing a kazoo at protests. Actually, she got him on some of his interviews on the street because he's a Trump supporter and he actually goes to protests and does the exact same thing that Friedman does. And that same kazoo lady walks up, starts interrupting him when he talks, playing a kazoo and stuff. So, I don't know if there's a such thing as paid protesters. I don't know personally.
You didn't pay attention to none of the show.
Feel me. All I'm saying is I didn't do that research. So that's
Rise and Resist. There is a such thing as paid protesters. We've already proven that.
Okay. So I just as an individual citizen go and protest causes that I am into. So that's all I'll say about that.
Somebody said Michi. It says, Brandon, why do you keep going over to No Jumper? Adam is a known paid informant, a clown. I don't commit crimes. Also, I work there now. So do you want me to not go to work? Like, people kill me. I have to act like a criminal, even though I've committed no crime. I can't go over there. The guy's going to be an informant on me. What the hell? That's for the gangsters to worry about. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody else was going to talk?
Frank White. Frank White, unmute your mic.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Brandon?
I'm all right. How you doing?
All I can say is, man, these people are crazy. Like,
right.
They doing all this for illegal immigrants. This is crazy. Like,
Crazy.
I mean,
They're not even doing it for illegal immigrants. They're just doing it because they hate Trump, bro.
yeah, basically, pretty much. But that's the thing, though. Like, Obama did the same thing, and I'm like, y'all mad at Trump, but Obama was the one that started putting kids in the cages. He separated the families. He the one that started all that. So why, like, they blowing everything Trump does out of proportion? The man is basically doing what he has to do. These people are destroying property and doing all this stuff. You can't go out there and just destroy people's property and just expect, the president just to sit by, well, unless you're Joe Biden, of course, and not actually do anything. I mean, these people are just wild, man. I was just,
yeah, and people like this, they'll burn hot for a couple of days, and then this will all be fizzled out. And within 2 weeks, I promise you, there won't be none of this.
That's the thing about protest culture. Like, everyone's hot for the minute, and then it just kind of dies down. Like, life goes on.
Yeah,
because sadly true.
What happened to the Tesla protests? But now we have a situation
still vandalizing them. I'll say here in the DC area, they're still getting vandalized at like shopping malls and shit, parking lots. Yeah,
they ain't doing that down here in Florida though, because our sheriffs and stuff already gave a green light.
or Cali, they're not really doing it in Cali either.
Florida's an open carry state,
but out here the liberals are the ones who own the Teslas. So I think they got tired of tearing up their friends' cars. Go ahead, Pat Mulattoism.
Peace, and thanks for having me up. Happy Father's Day to everyone on the panel. And I'll get right to it. No problem at all. To the Caribbean brother on the panel, I just want to correct something that you said. And you might have just been saying it in jest or passively, but I got to correct the narrative, the false narrative.
I'm not Caribbean, brother. I'm African
Oh,
American by citizenship.
Okay. Well, you're African, yes. You're an immigrant, and the point is, and when I say this, I'm not saying this to initiate a contentious discussion.
Man, get to the damn point.
Yes, the point is, well, first, since the host is rushing me, the point is report all immigrants to ICE. Let ICE determine if they are here in the U.S. illegally or not. But the point I was about to make is literally every illegal alien is a criminal in the U.S. Every single one of them committed a crime when they chose to come to the U.S. illegally. They all must be deported.
And water is wet. Nigga, we know that.
Yeah, I mean, but let me address the host because he wants to booty clap and twerk. But this is panel, so he could do that. But the point is this: everyone doesn't know that, Brandon. You see the protest that's going on in your city, right? Matter of fact, you from LA, you from Long Beach. You all have turned a blind eye for generations to mass immigration, and look where it's gotten you. You're less than 3% of LA's population. You're less than 8% of California's population.
Hey, those who won't hear must be made to feel. That's all.
And you one of them feeling it, right?
I'm not feeling it. I mean, I'm with you on the deportation stuff. I mean, what?
Well, let's start there.
You took an hour. You had to drag your tongue across the ground just to make two basic statements. Like,
and you dragging your booty for the illegal aliens that took over your community.
In the year of our Lord, 1876, you needed a hammer. Listen, this dude was like, by the powers vested in me, I need a hammer to fucking drill in a nail, dude. Like, they just.
But watch this, though. Brandon, how old are you?
39.
Brother, you almost 40 years old and you ain't said nothing about illegal immigration until the last 2 years? So you took 38 years.
You obviously are new to this channel.
That's technically, brother.
Right. He's not new. He's just ignorant.
Yeah.
Well, brother, what have you done about it? Let's talk about it.
I believe for 4 years, as Biden was allowing illegals to flood the country, I think I covered that every day.
That means you took 36 years to act. Checkmate. So you've been dragging your booty for the illegal aliens.
Checkmate. Okay, I guess. Anyway,
so hey, Brandon, can I also
wait, no, let me say this because this guy's ignorant. He's retarded. Why did I need to say anything when since I've been alive, every single year there has been record deportations? George W. Bush, right? Since I was 18 years old, George W. Bush, record deportations. Obama, record deportations. Following Obama, Trump, record deportations. Only one who was not deporting as much as he should have was Biden, and I was on his ass every day and to the point where he started deporting. Am I wrong? Oh, checkmate, dummy.
And let me answer that. And let's not make this a.
You're wrong.
I can answer
you
that.
lost. You
well,
lost.
I didn't.
It wasn't a question. It wasn't a question.
Well,
it
let me
wasn't
make a
question.
No, I'm not answering a question. Let me
listen, man. I'm gonna say this again for you before I kick you off. Listen, every president since I've been living has deported millions of illegal immigrants.
Yes.
So there was no need for me to speak on it. It was being addressed. When a president came in who was not deporting millions of illegal immigrants, I was on his ass daily until he got to the point when he was in his last year of his term and he started deporting hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants. So what checkmate could you have on me? Like the problem wasn't a problem until recently.
It'll be one sentence. Watch how brief it is. Don't you realize that if you would have reported the illegal aliens that have not been deported, that still exist in your community, those presidents could have deported more? Checkmate.
And don't you realize that if you got nuts on your chin, that means you got a dick in your mouth? Checkmate.
You got a Latino dick in your mouth. Checkmate.
That's right. Checkmate.
So yeah, he's going.
Hey, people really think they're intelligent when I be like, bro, come on, bro. Like
Brandon,
they omit the history. It's fine.
Brandon, like this is the internet, brother, right? So like people are gonna come and try with their ego and try to flex and talk about shit that they don't know. I wanted to just tell that guy before he got thrown off the show for his shit. I was actually born here, brother. So I mean, I can't be deported. I was born in America.
He was born here an immigrant.
My parents were the immigrants that came, and my parents actually became legal citizens right after they graduated from college here.
I don't mind when people disagree with me, but like, bro, at least make sense. You made no sense with that argument. You haven't done anything. It was so
he didn't make any sense. And
sounded to me that he was trying to be on some Tariq Nasheed stuff. Like,
dragging his booty.
Like, dude,
that's most people on the internet, man. That's most
man. We just dispatch of them quickly. Okay, guys, I got one more video to play y'all real quick, because the final point I want to make regarding this is the fact that this seems to be an elderly movement. Every time I look at the protests, the ones who don't got a mask on are elderly. And that was proven in a video by none other than my brother, Black Conservative Perspective, Greg Foreman, my guy. He had a great video montage that kind of made me sad. It shows that this protest is just a protest of the misinformed. People who legitimately just don't have access to accurate information.
Mostly in the nursing home, right? They're a dying population, just based off some of the demographics that I've seen. Take a look. Okay. Seems to be mostly in the nursing home. High calorie women and the low testosterone men, okay? The Democrat Party, they're based, again, it seems to be mostly in the nursing home, right? They're a dying population, just based off some of the demographics that I've seen. Take a look.
Okay. Here we come. All right, I got you. Got me? Yep, I got you.
Look at these old people. One of them gonna come out in a rascal scooter.
Around here, yeah, that's
bunch of old people retired and nothing to do.
That's a disgusting shirt.
Basically.
Oh, I love it, man. Hey, that's okay. There's the street.
Not true. Well, he saved our country. No. Here are the details.
I'm just so scared. I'm 74 years old. I worry about everything, and I just am so scared and upset, and I don't understand why people did voted
She
for
sound like
this.
she flipped.
Yeah, so a total boomer fest, right? I can totally see why these people were totally fine with Joe Biden mentally deteriorating in office, because the base Democrat Party looks a lot like Joe Biden, okay? I mean, it is pretty sad, right? Pretty sad to see. But it just wasn't the boomers that showed up. You had the young radicals, the socialists, the communists. They showed up as well, too. And I just want you guys to remember, these people self-described themselves as mentally unstable, okay, and that they need mental help, right? That they have some type of mental condition. Again, this is how liberals describe themselves, right? So again, it should be no surprise when you see videos like this, interviews like this from the radicals who showed up to this protest. Take a look.
And how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
And are you a resident of Atlanta, or what would you say?
I am a resident of Metro Atlanta.
Awesome. And do you go to school out here?
Yes, I do. I'm a student at Kennesaw State University.
Tell me a little about what made you come out here today and be surrounded by other hundreds of people that are here today.
I think the answer is really obvious. These are my countrymen. This is my country. And my entire life, I was told that I have the right to protest, that I have a right to care. And I do care. And not only do I have a right, it's my duty. It's my duty to care about what's going on. It's my duty to stand up. People have been talking about injustice since this country was built. This country was built on injustices. We killed Native Americans, then we built it off the backs of slaves. And they want to talk about how reparations, and that's just, it happened 100 years ago and we shouldn't talk about it. We see the effects today. America was built on bigotry. America was built on hate. And it doesn't have to be that way. I do not live in a country, I do not pay tax dollars to murder innocent people. These are people. This is a country for us. This is a country of my parents and my children and my neighbors, and this is a country of immigrants. The colonials did not pay thousands of dollars. They did not wait 8 years to have citizenship.
She's damn right. The colonials gave blood, sweat, and tears and went to war with bloodthirsty savages to have this country. Wasn't no wait. That was just, you hit the ground and you start scrapping. On top of that, I definitely pay tax dollars for the murder of innocents. If those innocents are standing in front of the terrorists that we trying to get rid of, that's collateral damage. I mean, I just think a lot of people, if you look at those old people, they look absolutely pathetic. She said, I worry about everything. Like,
I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. Like, bruh. Who are you? Bro, that lady never needs to, they need to keep her in the nursing home and never let her out. Go ahead, Amos.
No, hey, brother, the video was funny, but it was also sad at the same time.
It was sad as hell.
However, that was a biased ass video, man. Like I told you, I went to a Trump protest yesterday, and it was young and old people. Of course, the old people were there earlier. They were making the most noise. They were holding the most signs. But that's just life, man. That's just life. You're gonna find old people at protests. They are always at protests. Old people.
Bruh. Old people are single issue voters. That's the thing. They care about just Social Security. That's it. So when old people support something, I know that it's 100% out of selfishness. Old people will vote for Hitler if he promises not to do anything to Social Security. Like, they don't care. So I'm looking at where the young are on the spectrum. Most young people are not going to vote. But if you get that 30 to 45-year-old males and females, you win.
But the thing is, Brandon, that's why they're bringing Sexy Red to Megan Thee Stallion to be at rallies and shit, right? To try to get young people. Yeah, I mean, it's God, right? But that's why they're doing that. It's like a desperation act to try to appeal to young people. So they'll Google who's the hottest rapper. Invite so and so, and so that they can perform at the rally.
Almighty suspect. I'm just kidding.
Might well invite Kendrick though, right?
Hey, but it doesn't matter because the people who are voting, they don't care about rappers. They don't care about none of that shit. The people who care about rappers aren't even showing up to vote.
That's true.
They don't even go to the concerts of their favorite rapper. So how do you expect?
No disrespect to no jumper people.
I screwed no jumper people, including myself. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm talking about the audience though. The audience.
Oh no. The audience is cool. Nah, we're gonna get the no jumper. We're gonna bring the no jumper audience on board, man. We're gonna get them voting. Guys, listen. It's been great talking to you guys, but I gotta go do my thing for Father's Day.
Thank you for having us.
Feel free to hit the cash app on your way out. I'm expecting from you, Amos, as much as you cussed on my stream. You probably got me demonetized. But all right. Thank all y'all. Hey, thank y'all for watching this. I appreciate y'all. I hope this added value to your day. Trump's parade, I thought was a success until Amos killed it. So I'm gonna change the title later on. Thank all you guys. Thank all you guys for watching. I appreciate every single thing you do for this channel. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.